Welcome to Helmgard. Paying business, as long as it's important, mind. You'll want to see Brian Shane, the Castellan. The contract board is my responsibility. That and keeping things clean and proper. Aye, it's open to all. When you've got one done, come to me for your gold. Simple as that. That I do. Any soul who's willing can take a contract. When it's done, just come to me. I'll see you paid. The Castellan will say he's just a simple soldier. But don't you believe that humble smile. The deeds he's done rival the House of Ballads. Now you go light on Braid. She's got her hands full as it is, believe me. Aye, that's us. Warsworn will find a bed to sleep in and services in kind. Bori's our blacksmith, and Braid is quartermaster. And of course, there's old Brian Shane, the Castellan. And I'm Henrik. I look after things, keep the contract board. If you've got something broken, Bori will fix it up for you. Well, you're one of us, so hold your head high. I try to, just like Brian says. Makes my neck sore after a spell. Goodbye.
Stolen artifacts? Good gods.
Let me guess. You've a cracked hilt, a broken greave strap, and a scratch on your shiny new shield. Another day in the life of Helmgard's prettiest blacksmith. Now don't mistake me. I'm happy at the blacksmith's bench as I am anywhere. I wouldn't trade places with Braid or even Gwyn. Our quartermaster, she's right over there. Bit of a wet blanket. She's an old bobbin, but don't let that throw you. She's a good sort. Brian has her look after the old and dusty sites she loves so. Oh, I know I shouldn't grumble so. Our Castellan's fair enough. It's just all the pageantry. We're fighters, for God's sake, not prince courtiers. It's fine here if you don't mind leagues of yellow wheat in the blinding light of Brian's smile. Me? I'd trade here for Melsenshire and an eye blink. If it's rusted, bent, or in splinters, I can mend it. If it's that gold-haired fop Brian Shane, I can't do a thing for you. What's there? Why, the war. History waiting to be made. That and my brother Sverri, where he serves as High Commander. Older, uglier, and luckier than yours truly. Me mending swords. Him leading the Warsworn in Cluricon. Ah, listen to me. I'm just green with envy, that's all. Right.
Shined, sword sharp.
Brian promised I'd have tar, linen, and whetstones by the month's end. But forgive me, You didn't come to hear the quartermaster rant and moan at her lot. Little boy blacksmith. That's what I call him. Ruffles his feathers, but in truth, he's a good soul behind that scowl. Thinks he can pay in smiles, not gold. But he's the Castellan. At day's end, our coffers are his concern. I do what I can. But were we on the docks of Rethir's Keys, I couldn't keep us fully stocked. I've seen enough pledge shields pass through this keep, eager to join the war over there. Me, I'm happy right here. I swear these soldiers need more new shields and greave polish than all the army in Cluricon. And what do? Stand guard over a merchant's stores. The Dockelfar city. It lies easterly, where the plains meet the waters. More trade passes its quays than drinks through the Amer Tavern. Now, what was my tally? Pledge shield.
Another soul who traverses these forsaken crags. I presume that, unlike me, you are here by choice. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Naim Kent, of the Rathir Kents, an Oathblade of the honored and venerable Warsworn Order. I have been tasked with eradicating the beasts that lurk within Talarain, all of them, by myself, a feat that may only take a few decades. I shall be honest with you, I am not one for field work, and my wealth is substantial. If you feel up to the task, I will pay you to kill these beasts for me. Excellent. Finish things quickly, and we shall be up to our elbows in tankards before Winterfeast. Among these ruins are several kobolds making a nuisance of themselves, and it is best to remove them. Rotclaw is a warrior, Blackshriek is among the deadly Nightblade, and King Fang, he is the closest thing the kobolds have to a leader. For the fortune I shall pay you, if not for the glory you shall earn. Fear not, you shall find them lurking somewhere around these ruins. The command of Helmgard has tasked me with eradicating the monsters from Talarain. Rather beneath my station, if you were to ask me, though Helmgard feels this work is, shall we say, compensation for past deeds. I am of the Warsworn, bound to my service by oath. I serve the command at Helmgard. It is Helmgard who, shall we say, reassigned me to Talarain to rid the lands of the creatures that infest them. Naim Kent, scion of the Rathir Kents, master of fortunes vast and ill-spent. I am not one to tout my lineage, so please suppress your curiosity and ask no more of it. My family was once very important in Talarain. One of my ancestors even served as a commander of the Aster army. However, that was long ago. Now very few of us remain. Myself, for one, and my sister Nymeria, who is usually not far. She prefers to keep an eye on me. I do not care too much for this place myself, but then again, I did not come here by choice. Well, perhaps we shall speak later.
You're here. A powerful relic stolen from our vaults, and they send a single pledge shield. Have they gone completely mad? Who knows how many like it were in that vault, and how many stolen already? Let's go in. We'll see what we find there. You'll see in a moment. The outer doors are open, but that's no concern. It's the inner door that's always locked. Only Gryan has that key. You're far from it now, but it hangs over everything like a putrid fog. Sverri Cora and Melson Shear is Amalur and commands the Warsworn at the front. This place is mine alone to watch. Once we had shields enough to stand guard here day and night. Then the war came, and after Cluricon they went. Now I come on my own once a fortnight and inspect the grounds. You can see where that got us. Mike Castellan dislikes dust and old things that aren't sung in a tavern, so looking after them, worrying about them, falls to me. In this vault lies every cursed, chaotic tool ever taken from our foes, before we became simple mercenaries. Its doors, its walls, Its very floors are imbued with magic to keep these dangerous and powerful things in, and everything else out. They were using it to summon Niskaru in those caverns. Terrible. This is what comes of forgetting and ignoring. Come, this way. The inner door. That shouldn't be open. Mages! Are these the same ones from Brigand Hall? You there! Stop at once! I found this in the leader's hand. It's the key to the vault. Or maybe a copy of it. Can't tell for sure. No knowing how many times they've been in here when they knew I wasn't about. We were lucky to come when we did. Return to Helmguard. Brian Shane won't like this, but he'll have to hear of it all the same. It was clasped in the leader's hand. I'll show it to Brian Shane when I report to him. I must report to Brian immediately. Meet back at Helmguard.
I'm glad you're here. I've taken the precaution of jailing Gwyn. A bit heavy-handed, I know. But this is a serious matter, and only necessary until we've cleared this up. That vault was hers to watch over. This can't help but put her under suspicion. We have a small jail at the back of the keep. Useful enough for doing the freemen and other sorts you find on the plains. Well, on the one hand, she was always consumed with all that dusty history, but it just doesn't seem like her. Fact is, if not Gwyn, someone helped those mages get in. But who and how? She never mentioned a key, withholding evidence as well. The girl broods so. Suppose I'm not surprised. I do want to know what became of that key. The vault was Gwyn's responsibility. There's no getting around that. Until it's clear precisely what happened, she'll remain where she is. Things in that vault are fine for songs and tales of Eamon. They make the Warsworn seem more legendary and grand. It's all dusty nonsense to me. Yes, these mages, the Farlangi, was that it? They stole the relic, of course. But they must have had help from inside to get in. Your search must continue.
The winds on the plains can howl like a wolf sometimes. Hello. I've got everything a soldier could need, except dagger pommels, or twining or spoons. Come again when we're better stocked.
Contract board's right by the entrance.
Don't tell me you believe I had a hand in this. After all you've seen, this is a nightmare. I do, but I blame the Warsworn leadership so much more. After my parents, after all my warnings. What is the saying? They who ignore the past are fated to repeat it. But Gryan would rather sweep this under the rug. That is why I'm here. My parents were loyal Warsworn, but the Order turned its back on them. They would not help, let alone... Forgive me. I am not used to talking of such things. You will surely face more of those mages. In my strongbox by my bed, you will find a ring of mothers. I want you to have it. I wish I knew. Today's Warsworn aren't heroes or demon slayers, just mercenaries. Soldiers. Gryan Shane is a shining specimen of the modern Warsworn. That our old enemy still lurks somewhere in the shadows? Yes, often and always upon deaf ears. The key! Gods damn it! He was in such a rush to throw me in here, I forgot! Take it, show it to Gryan. If it is a copy, I know a Master Locksmith in Tyrion's Rest who might be able to help. First, speak with the Castellan. If the key is a copy, then you must seek the Master Locksmith in Tyrion's Rest. I'll be alright. Just go solve this, and get me out of here. Does he think this will all go away after he locks me up? That those mages and their Niskara will vanish just because he shuts his eyes? Huh. Every cursed object from the times of the First Sworn we keep in that vault under lock, key, and other protections. It was only a matter of time before some villain found a way in. As much magic and artistry has gone into that key as into the lock, casting a working copy would be no simple task. Despite their loyalty to the Order, the Warsworn could never admit that our own history was intertwined with their deaths. And now this, as if they were spitting on my parents' graves. It is described in our histories, a thing of great power won by Aegon from an evil mage. We know little else. Before you found it, we didn't even know it could be used to call forth Niscaro. We didn't know it, but someone did.
On the plains can howl like a wolf sometimes.
What's this now? A key found among the vault intruders. I see. Well, I can say for certain that it's not the original. That was the first thing I checked after you went off to the vault. Ah, yes, the gnome. Tarion. He'd know something of how this was done. Did Gwyn suggest this? She always did have a head for these things. Although, if she's behind this, the gnome could be a trap. Be wary, Pledge Shield. As I told you, the first thing I did was verify the key was safe and sound in its proper place, which means what you found is an impossibly perfect copy.
For truly, my children, we are loved and blessed by Lyria. Lyria, goddess of fate, those she holds dear prosper and thrive.
Please, can't you help? I need someone to travel to the Tawili coast. It's my daughter. Anala led a group of refugees to the town of Kuln. I warned her not to go, but she's always been a strong-willed girl. I should have heard from her by now, and the caravanners say that bands of Tuatha have landed on the coast. If anything happened to Anela, I don't know what I'd do. Please, help me. It's been 10 years since we drove the Tuatha from these lands, and still the refugees are living in tents on the Forsaken Plain. They've talked of resettling Kuln. Anela took up their cause and agreed to lead them there. Oh, it seems I have no choice. If you're willing to go, I'll give you what I can. You will? At last! Mitharu bless you, friend. Anela led the refugees to the ruins of Kuln on the Tawili coast. Look for her there. If she's hurt, bring her back safely. If she's dead... The ruins lie south of Rathia and the old battleground. If there's trouble, the settlers may have hidden, possibly in the village. I know what Kuln meant to her. She was just a child when we fled. But this is folly. Even though the Tuatha army is held inside Cluricon, small groups can sneak through the mountains and across the water. It's happened before. If the rumors are true, Anela and the refugees will be right in the path of any raiders. The village stood alone along the Tawili coast, overlooking the sea. It was one of the first places to fall when the Tuatha invaded. Kuln has been abandoned for years, and it's a place best forgotten. Anela was determined to rebuild it, though. This is my adopted home. The people have been good to me here. But there is no use talking to them of certain things. I gave up trying long ago. It's the land that lies along the western edge of the Forian Strait. The coast bore the brunt of the Tuatha invasion 10 years ago. I'm a merchant, originally of Kuln, and I have seen my share of grief. My Anela, I'm so worried.
Those she holds dear prosper and thrive, yet the strong and the proud fall beneath her displeasure. Go in peace, be guided and blessed by Lyria, my children. Those she holds dear prosper and thrive.
Oh, why, welcome to Brad and Sergrin. What brings the likes of you to our peaceful little town? If it's trade, Aethiof and I are more than happy to have your business. Oh yes, Lyria's blessing, our priestess calls it. We have good trade, good health. No violence, no crime. Why, not a soul's been thrown in the... Ah, Gwastel, you old fool. You never did know when to keep your mouth shut. There's a prisoner in the jail. Not a mortal. But Aurella and White Nil said it was right, and it's not as if they see things as we do anyway. He might be happy there. Only please, don't breathe a word of this to anyone. I told you, he's in the jail, in Burren Cove. Go see for yourself if you must. Just don't tell anyone I had anything to do with it. We buried our things during the war. I left something I love, but with all the danger there, I won't go wading back. Just an old merchant enjoying a comfortable life in the countryside, although trade has been rather slow lately. I've gone and run on at the mouth again. Tyrion's Rest is a lovely place, and what's done is done, and locked away and forgotten. Trade is good, not what you'll find in Rathir to be sure, but please have a look for yourself. My business partner, poor fellow, he's lost so much to the coast. Now his own daughter's gone back there. It'd be a risky venture to say it will end well. Come again.
Come out! We know you're in here. Somewhere.
Are they gone? Hello? Is somebody there? Thank goodness. They're gone. I see I have you to thank. You and my clever hiding place. Can't imagine what those churls were after. They kept barking on about the war-sworn this and kill me that. But now tell me, what can I do to repay you? A brief lesson in the art of locks, perhaps? What? Do you mean it didn't work? Ah, this is one of my greatest achievements. I recreated that ancient marvel perfectly. I promised that pledge shield. Finnan, that was her name. I promised her. Surely she had permission, yes? She swore to me. Oh, I see. For pledge shield Finnan, yes. Louts and fools! I could see they wanted blood, so I dove for my hiding place. And not a moment too soon. The original, truly an ancient wonder. Surely the combined work of war-sworn craftsmen and luminaries of the Scholia Arcana. You have done me a good turn, war-sworn. Therefore, I am more than happy to share some of my considerable wisdom in the art of locks with you. One of my finest ideas. I built it precisely for times like these. Now, if you will see yourself out, I have a mess to clean up.
Those she holds dear prosper and thrive, yet the strong and the proud fall beneath. Greetings, traveler. I am the mayor of this village, its priestess, and its guiding light. Now tell me, child, are you also a follower of the goddess Lyria? Then you are most welcome here to the village of Tyrann's Rest. If you seek healing, I can aid you. The doors of our inn, trader, locksmith, and sanctuary are all gladly open to the weary visitor. We must do what we can for our Alfar soldiers across the water. Mayra, our innkeep, takes donations for the cause. In the 10 years since war swept across these plains, I have guided this village by Lyria's light and by the wisdom of her teachings. I was a humble student of faith when I heard the call. It was so keen and clear. I left the temple that day to serve my people as I could. By my Lady Lyria's grace, I have the power to heal and to cure. You may visit its ruins on the coast. They are a testament to what befall all who displease my Lady of Fate. Aethiop's daughter and the others who went to resettle there showed great ignorance as to the finality of her will. Valyria is the goddess of magic and of all good, Alfar. Those who love and cleave to her will prosper, as we have done. Our village is a lesson in Lyria's blessings. Take the two villages, Tirin's Rest and Kulm. When the Tuatha struck this land, which stood strong? That which loved Lyria most. When the war brought Fae to our doors, there was but one righteous Almain, our own Aethiop. That is why we welcomed him and his willful daughter to our home. Bless you, child.
Filthy rep. Refugees. Don't they know they don't belong?
And not a stain anywhere, do you understand?
Welcome to...
The locksmith Pledgeshield Fennin, you say? Stole my key, had it copied, handed it to the enemy? We must confront her at once. Hori! Henrik! Seize her! Pledgeshield Fennin's in the cells now. Go see if she'll talk. We've got to get to the bottom of this. Yes, yes indeed. The duty's yours. Hardly fair to hold her accountable when my own key was stolen. Best to forgive and forget all around, I think. Ought to have worn the damn thing around my neck. Or station guards outside my quarters. Never thought it would come to that. What concerns me is whether anything else was stolen. It's not as if I've got an inventory of what's down there. I think she will tell us what she knows.
The Castellan falls in a foul mood. Traveling, sister? Headed for Cluricon.
There she is, right there. The Saken Plains contract takes a particular sort to pull a ring out of a grave like that. Here's your pay. Wait, have you washed your hands? Don't know how she came to this. She was always a good fighter, and loyal enough. Goodbye.
I'll confess. I know I can never make amends for the deaths I've caused. But I will try. I stole the key and had it copied. I gave it to... He swore he worked for the Alfar army, that this could end the war. I knew they were stealing powerful things from that vault. But he said the Warsworn were refusing to use them in the war against the Fae, so we could keep getting paid to fight. man named Elben Merok. I knew him from... that does not matter. He said he's a soldier in Tuili, though we always met pretty far south of the barracks, near the way into the marsh. In the army, as I said. The only place I've ever seen him is with his friends, where Tuili joins Akatha. My sister, my brother, all fought and died in Chloricon. I thought what I did would help end it, not let slip Niskaru and Dalantarth. What have I done? Brian was a mentor. He was my champion, and I betrayed him. Stealing the key was the hardest part. Every moment I was sure he would return and notice it missing. Once the original was returned and I had the copy, there was nothing to it. No one suspected quiet little Livia. That's what the mages in Brigand Hall called themselves? I've never heard the word before. I knew Elben from a time before the Warsworn. When he first came to me, I wouldn't even speak to him. But he kept at it, telling lies, offering hope for an end to the war that has so troubled my heart.
Most pledge shields arrive.
Given this turn of events, you are to find this Merok character. Extract from him what you can. I have other work for Gwyn. Meet her in Rathir when you're done. Follow the trail, Warsworn. Someone copied that key and stole who knows how many artifacts from our vault. Go as far as you can to find them, then meet up with Gwyn in Rathir. First, I will have her tend to that vault. High time it was cleaned and catalogued. After that, these mages call themselves Farlungi, right? I'd like to see what kind of footprints that name leaves behind. Did you see the look on her face when we seized her? Hard to tell if it was more fear or relief. Or the army. Help with the war. My gods!